What's up, y'all? Out here in Thailand today on the MT-03. Man, it is hot. It is hot, especially in all the gear all the time. Yeah, but I mean, like, that's the thing though, is that a lot of people, most people here do not wear gear, man, whatsoever. Whether you're on a big bike, whether you're a foreigner, whether you're a local. I mean, heck, man, most people don't even wear helmets. It's scary. But I actually didn't wear gear initially either. For like, I've been in and out of here since 2017, and I mean, I didn't really have a big bike. It's not even really a big bike. It's an MT-03. It's classified as a big bike here. I didn't have a bike like this since until last year. But yeah, after burning season ended here in Chiang Mai, I was like, well, I should get some gear, because I had gear in Canada. And well, I mean, it's important to have, you know what I mean? It's good to have. And I was like, man, I'm gonna die of heat though, man. I gotta stay comfortable, I gotta stay cool. I don't have a stroke on the bike, so what am I gonna do? And so I was looking things up, and obviously the first go-to, I think that almost everybody knows about, is to get just get mesh jacket, mesh pants, etc. Obviously mesh is not going to be anywhere near as strong as something like Kevlar or something like that, but you know, it's better than nothing. And as long as you're secure in all points with that padding, you know, your hips, your knees, your elbows if you can, your shoulders, your spine, probably the most important, other than your head, then you're gonna be all right, hopefully. But you know, that's a start. I mean, obviously one of the big things too that any experienced motorcycle rider would tell you is that, hold on. So any motorcycle rider will tell you that you should have some base layers underneath, so some moisture wicking clothing, and then you put on your motorcycle armor, right? That's not good enough though. All right, it's not good enough in really hot weather. It really isn't. But I found 3 techniques, 3 methods. Maybe I should label this video that 3 techniques for staying cool on a warm day. Yeah, so I guess the first thing would be more of a short-term solution, right? So for like a quick 45-minute ride, maybe a little bit less, and that's just to take your base layer shirt, soak it in cold water, all right? And then just wring it out a little bit, and you know, it'll eventually dry, maybe 20 or 30 minutes in. But you know, you can get by your first 20-30 minutes, and then, you know, survive that last 15 and you're good. But that's, you know, that's one method for a quick ride, just like the one I'm doing now. Actually, technically I'm not doing that method, I'm doing method number 3, but I'll talk about method number 2 now. And this one's also really vital. It's good for both short-term and long duration rides. And this would be to get a hydration pack. And it's not just the hydration pack itself that is important, it's also the hydration backpack. So what I recommend is getting a really thin hydration pack, like especially thin when it comes to being around your back, because if it ain't thin, you ain't gonna feel the coolness on your spine, and that's what you want. So get a really thin one, and then with your hydration pack, man, you can throw some ice in there, you can throw some cold water in there. Some people even will freeze them, like, you know, fill it 20% up, freeze it, and then add some water. And then, yeah, it's right, you want to put it right between your underlayer and the jacket, right? And that'll keep you nice and cool, nice and cool. Now, I found in really hot weather, like 36+ degrees Celsius, that only lasts you like 2.5 hours before you really don't feel it anymore. And so that's why what I would actually recommend is to go ahead and try solution number 3. I mean, do all of these things if you want, but solution number 3 is a evaporative vest. And an evaporative vest is essentially just a vest. It's like tip number 1, except you put it under cold water and then you wring it out a little bit, but the water releases over like a 6 to 7 hour period of time. So instead of it being dry within 20 to 30 minutes, you got like 6 to 7 hours of this ghetto AC. I don't know why I call it ghetto, I guess because it's just so cheap. It is really clever though. I don't know what material exactly it is, and there's a lot of different vests. I'll drop a link in the description below of the vest that I have, but there's a lot of different ones you can look for. And yeah, man, it just keeps you, that's what I'm wearing right now, it keeps you constantly cool. It doesn't dry right away. It's an amazing set of air conditioning, and yeah, I love it. So that's what I would recommend, man. And people here, they come here and they just think, oh, I'm just not gonna wear armor, right? I don't know what it is. I guess that's it. They just haven't done the research. But it's really nice, man. It really is. Like, I actually feel cool. Like look at this, man. Look at people around. Okay, this guy's got a long shirt on. People will wear hoodies and stuff. It's kind of funny, like the locals, because they want to be as white as possible, right? They don't want to have a suntan. Whereas the foreigners come here to get the suntan. It's a funny scenario, but maybe I'll just scoot over here. Yeah, you see how like everybody's wearing like black and stuff. Not black, but hoodies at least. Some people wearing black hoodies. I'm like, God, I don't know how you guys do it. The locals here, man, they can handle heat though, obviously. But you can get weather adjusted here if you're living here, and you know you can do better. But still, even with full gear, man, you're gonna need something. Traffic's pretty congested today. But I want to find something like that for the head too, like maybe some kind of evaporative head mask or something that you can put on under the helmet that slowly evaporates. Keep your head cool. I think that'd be important. Maybe even the socks, right? Because they always say that the head and the feet are the most important to either keep cool or to keep warm in the winter. All right, let's maneuver around this traffic here. It's really gorgeous today. I mean, it is most days, but it's technically monsoon season. The funny thing about monsoon season here in Thailand is that you know, it's either really hot or it just flash rains and you're caught in like a massive storm. It can be very unpredictable. Like the skies look all clear right now, but I mean, in a half hour they could be it could be a huge storm. It's kind of funny. It really is. Yeah, this is Old City Chiang Mai. I won't be going into Old City today, just running some errands. Riding all casual. Oh man, I really love this bike. It's just a little 3, but I mean, it's Thailand, man. You don't want a big bike. You don't want a big bike in this place. Like, seriously, you got to deal with like lane filtering at lights and stuff. Maneuvering a bigger bike with bigger wider tires. All you really need here is a nice 3 if you're daily commuting. That is, if you're riding the mountains. I mean, that's and the mountains are doing some road trips. I would certainly go for like an MT-07 or MT-09 or an XSR. But yeah, it's a nice bike, man. It's got some low end torque to it. It's not bad. Not that I can use it right now anyways, but I can get around this guy. Oh yeah, see, it looks at the top of the mountains there, it looks like it could be raining soon. It's friggin' amazing, man. The good thing about that though, man, if we have a little flash storm, most people will get out of it for a bit, right? If you're driving, you're under a bridge, you'll stop under the bridge and wait it out sometimes, or you'll just go to a coffee shop or something, right? But in my case, you know, I'll probably do that, but I'll step outside in it right away to get to get that extra AC, man. Free AC. I don't have to stop at a gas station or 7-Eleven or anything to get some water. I can just straight up get some free AC. cool down a little bit. Certainly wouldn't want to drink the rainwater. Yeah, okay. Yeah, like this isn't too tight right now, but this would be a good demonstration. Maybe not yet. Well, not a really good demonstration, but this is a way why. Ooh, nice BMW. This would be why you would not want to have a big bike here in Thailand. I mean, you could, but like, you know, just maneuvering around like this is so easy on a little MT-03. So I mean, you can. I mean, you definitely do want to have a big bike, just not for a daily driver in the city. I would love to have an MT-09. Huh, I scared that lady. She's like, oh my god, it's really fast. Just the exhaust on this thing. But yeah, this is Naman. Naman's got some beautiful coffee shops, and it's kind of like the digital nomad central hub of Chiang Mai. You got a lot of foreigners here, tourists, expats even. You got a lot of Western food. Place right around the corner here called the Salsa. No, not the Salsa Kitchen. Sorry, the Salad Concept's really good. Really good. You got like Subway. I think it's like a McDonald's somewhere. primo food, man. That's probably why you guys came to this video. I want to know where the McDonald's is in Chiang Mai, Thailand, man. It's freaking very important. Now just I don't know if I can scoot up to the front there. Yeah, I will. Okay. Yeah, it does look like it could be raining soon. It's probably raining up there. It's Doi Sute, I think. Doi Sute. It's a beautiful place. It's got a view, a little temple, and a view over the city. Yeah, look at all these people with no gear whatsoever. Long sleeve shirts to stay white. But that's about it. Alright, errands have been officially dropped off. Had to drop my passport off for the visa agency. Yeah, it's really hot, but it's a gorgeous day. It's a gorgeous day. It's kind of funny because I actually, when I came here from Canada originally in 2017, this is where I learned how to ride. Whoops. Lost you to the wind there. This is where I learned how to ride, man. Like I came here and I was looking at everything and I was like, there's no way I'll ever ride any kind of motorized vehicle here, man. Not a car, not a truck, not a bike, nothing. I mean, like, look how thin the roads are here, man. They're I don't know if the GoPro can show it as well, but it's pretty damn thin. Narrow, I should say, not thin. Yeah, so like the first 3 months I was like, nah, I'll just walk around, you know. It's a Z400? I think it's a Z400. Maybe not, maybe it's a Z... I don't know, let's race them though. Let's race them. Yeah, so I learned how to ride. After 3 months I finally got a scooter, so not really a motorcycle per se, but got a little scooter, and you know, that was fun. I actually really enjoyed it, and I should probably stop here. And the scooter was like, I mean, it was fun, man. I had a lot of fun with it. And then my buddy, one of my best buddies here in Chiang Mai, he introduced me into his underbones bike. Now underbones are just like little 150cc lightweight, like performance motorcycles. And man, a lot of the one that he has is the Suzuki Raider. It's really sought after here in Thailand. There really isn't actually many of them. There's a lot of other underbones, but yeah, they'll put like these spoke wheel rims on them, and you know, just massive weight reduction. And you know, typically, statistically speaking, Asian people are a little bit smaller and way less than Europeans and North Americans. So yeah, they can rip on those things, man. They like use them for drag racing and stuff. It's pretty interesting stuff. And yeah, so I got to ride that. His is all like done out, modded out and everything, and absolutely fell in love with it. And at the time, like, I'd driven a lot of standard vehicles, standard cars and trucks and stuff in my life, but never a standard motorcycle. And so that got me into it right away. And I rented pretty much the equivalent of that in a Honda. No, sorry, it was Yamaha Exciter 150cc. Ripped around that for a bit until I went to Canada. And then I moved back to Canada, and I thought I was going to move back, but that wasn't the case. I did not move back to Canada. Well, I did for like a year. I moved back for a year to Canada or so. Yeah, one of the conditions of going back to Canada with my wife was that if I'm going back to Canada, there's no way I'm not going to be riding motorcycles. So I'm going to buy a motorcycle when I get back, because you can't just like rent them easily there. And so that's what I did. I went out, and I didn't have my license, man, so I knew how to ride bikes, because at this point it'd been like 4 years that I've been riding here. Small bikes though. And I mean, like, traffic here is so much, it's scarier, dude. You gotta really look out for things. You gotta be the most responsible, or at least the most accountable driver on the road. Everything's your fault. You can't blame others for and smash their mirror off. You got to be looking out. You got to expect that they're going to do something stupid, man. But yeah, that's kind of the thing. And I didn't have my license, so I decided, hey, I'm gonna buy a dual sport. I used to be a mountain biker, so let's ride in the mountains until I can ride in the streets legally. And then when I'm able to ride in the streets, I don't have to load it up in the truck every time. I can just you know, drive up to the woods if we're going to be doing some stuff. Could do some camping with it. Can do some just do some straight up riding with the buddies. And yeah, had a lot of fun with it. Modded it all out. Did the whole exhaust system, the FMF Q4. Lowered the front sprocket gear to give it some extra low end torque. Put a bigger intake in it. Put an electronic fuel mapper onto it. I miss it, man, and I'm definitely gonna get another one of these days out here. But I decided, hey, man, I rode that thing. I bought it with 600 kilometers, and the next year, when I went to sell it, it was at like 6,000 kilometers, man, in 1 year. And that's just like, that's an enduro, dude. Like, it's not a street bike, and like at least 3/4 of that was in the woods. So I think I turned here. Anyhow, yeah, I rode that thing a lot, and so I wanted like a street bike here, so I could do shit like this, where it's a little bit more comfortable. And yeah, so I was gonna get the MT-07, but as mentioned, MT-03 is just a better daily driver in the city here. I'm not showing that off much because luckily the traffic's not too hot, not too congested. But yeah. Yup. Anyhow, this mount's doing really good, ain't it? Oh. Yeah, I've got the quad lock coming, so we're getting rid of that thing anyways. I'll probably take that off right when I get home. It's probably not good if that goes down there and I'm trying to turn, doing a sharp turn or something. Got a quad lock system. Looks good. Anti-vibrations, or vibration dampener, I should say, to help save your phone's camera from dying. What way should I go? I guess I'll go under the bridge. Yeah, and sorry for the audio today. It's not going to be good exhaust sound, just me rambling away. I do have an H1N coming that I will be using primarily to record the audio. Funny enough, the videos that I have already up, I didn't have the H1N, but I just have this Purple Panda mic, and so I just plugged it into my S9 Plus that I have, and I just threw it in my backpack and was recording my audio, and it sounds pretty good, man. I'm quite amazed. But I'm gonna be using the H1N from now on for the audio, for the exhaust audio, and then I'll be using primarily the Purple Panda. I don't know why I said primarily. I will only be using the Purple Panda for voice audio, and then that way I can kind of like mix them both, so you'll get a little bit of the nice exhaust tone and my nice annoying voice. It's weird in Thailand. You're not supposed to, as a bike, you're not supposed to ever be in the right lane. Apparently, there's like particular highways you're not supposed to be on either. I was asking my wife, does that apply to all bikes, or is that just like small bikes, like scooters specifically? And she's like, no, it's all bikes. I'm like, all right, but I mean, everybody does it. It's not enforced whatsoever. I mean, heck, they don't really even enforce wearing helmets unless you're a foreigner. If you're a foreigner, it's a money grab, and they're gonna come and get that money from you. All right, so I should even say watch out for that. You should know better. Like, a lot of foreigners are like, why do I get the fine? Look at all the Thai people driving around. It's like, you should be happy, dude. At least they're enforcing it on you, man. Stay protected. Damn. But I mean, like, I kind of get it. Like, if you're coming here because you're like, yeah, well, I mean, I don't get that part, but if you're coming here because you're like, yeah, it's a less regulated country, it's not so over-regulated, you got a little bit more freedoms, you can kind of buzz around and do shit like this, which you would get like an infraction for in Canada for, I don't know what that would be, too loud and driving sporadic and I don't know, some crap like that. But I get it. Like, if you're coming here and you're like, yeah, I want more freedoms, and you're like, ah, man, I can't wear my helmet. I mean, technically that's a freedom, right? I guess there's that goalpost thing, right? Like, I think that's a dumb freedom, like in terms of exercising it, if it was to be a freedom. And other things like this is dumb, which it could be, especially because there's a lot of dogs on this road, and I've seen some pretty messed up videos of people flying down these like really thin, almost alleyway type roads and smashing into dogs. Yeah, see how thin the roads are? Like, it's insane, dude. I've driven cars here now, but like, I have an F-150 in Canada, and I don't even think you can see an F-150 here. You got like I don't know, you got a lot of bikes and stuff, but so you have a lot of trucks. You have certainly a lot of trucks here. The Rangers, and that's a nice house, eh? You got the Rangers, you got the Mitsubishis, I don't know, some Toyotas, but they're all really like relatively small, as you can see, right? Then the F1 would be like, sorry, an F-150 would be like huge here, and it is. That's why nobody rides it. And then of course on these side roads and stuff, you have all this traffic all the time. So I mean, not all this traffic, all those people parked on the side because they don't really think about parking too much. Also because primarily, like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, mostly everybody was on bikes. It was really rare for you to have like a full-size vehicle. So, but I would like to eventually maybe get a truck here, because I think that would be kind of cool. Especially where we're going to be going to move up to the mountains, essentially going to be like 30 minutes from town here. And some good trails there. And I'm not going to go hardcore 4x4, but I will definitely have an enduro, if not a dedicated dirt bike. Like, if I'm allowed to just legally drive into the forest, essentially from where I'm at, I'm just getting a dedicated two-stroke, man. I don't need an enduro at that point, because I'll have this baby for the roads and that thing for the dirt. But if that is not the case, if I cannot legally do that without being hassled, having to pay fines, then I will Definitely get Enduro. Probably get another KLX 250. But I am definitely down to other suggestions. What do you guys think? Anyhow, I should probably cut this video short. I'm looping back to the same place I did because I missed a turn for the fun of it. Didn't really miss it, kind of did it on purpose so I could continue talking to you guys. I hope it didn't bore you guys out. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and leave a comment on what you think in terms of the best enduro motorcycle. Hopefully it's one I can get here in Asia. You got the CRFs, you got the, I think you got the WRX, you got the obviously the KLX. That's where it's made here. One last funny story is my KLX 250 was made here, but because it's a foreign bike, it was shipped to Canada. To ship it back, there was actually a 70% import fee. 70%. So I just sold it. I mean, that's on top of like the fees to actually ship it here. 70%, man. Retail value, by the way, not just 70% on whatever it's used. It's nuts. It is nuts. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, guys. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you next time.